Yo! What's up, my fellow Dragodons? Dreadclaw here, and today I am once again by my favorite co-host, the totally rad cat that likes his skateboards, Gizmo Cat 11.
Hello, I'm happy to be back.
So he's back again because we're going to go over the aftermath of Summer Game Fest, and as a content creator, I'm kind of glad it's over. But wasn't so bad this year, I will say. We had our highs, some lows, and some things we wished weren't at some events.
No, there was definitely, I wouldn't even say it's a mixed bag. I would say overall it was pretty positive. There were definitely some things that I was excited about. I know so there's going to be other content creators that are going to say, oh, this was the worst thing ever, but it honestly wasn't. There was definitely stuff for everybody.
Oh, trust me, I already seen someone put a video up like that. Trust me.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But we're gonna go over each show one by one. So we're gonna start with, well, I could say probably one we both liked the most. State of Play. And funny enough, it's the show we actually got a lot of our predictions correct for. Ain't that right, Gizmo?
Yeah, there were definitely some like small predictions, and there was what was funny was that Draco and I are both making passing comments here and there, but some stuff actually came true during the state of play rather than Summer Games Fest, which kind of freaked me out. I can't really speak for Dreadclaw, but hey, we got some predictions right. Yeah.
But yeah. So, the list of games I gave you. So let's talk about some of these games. So, the first game that they revealed, I swear, I felt like I was on an acid trip.
Yeah, Luminous Arise. Yeah, that's what he's referring to. I don't know what it is about it. Something about it kind of enticed me, and I did wishlist it. I'm not like 100% sold on the game, but I'm like 90% sold. But I remember some people were telling me that they had previous games like it before. So I guess this is a sequel or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It could be a possibility. You never know. I thought it kind of looked like visually, it looked like the one of those Tetris games that was on Game Pass previously. And
Yeah, it definitely did.
I couldn't tell at first like what it was. Was it a rhythm game? But then it became like more clear. Oh, it's a puzzle game, which not really my thing, but I can appreciate Sony starting off something with a bit more interesting and not just shoehorn another freaking Lego game nobody asked for again.
Oh yeah, it's like we were expecting DLC for a certain Lego game, but it didn't come about. So already it made the state of play way better.
Yeah, indeed. But the next game, which predicted as a Capcom guy, we got a release date for Pragmata, and we got gameplay, and you know how much I'm a big BioShock guy. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate the aesthetic of it. Yeah, because I have played the first BioShock. I still haven't gotten to the second one, but I need to pretty soon.
He
So
needs to,
I'll get there.
guys. He needs to. It's the best one. I will die on that hill.
Why are there other people that say otherwise?
Yeah, they tend to like the first one, second one all right, and you know how people feel about Infinite, even though I say, like, I don't know, it's not that bad of a game. Limited weapon wheels, though. No. But,
Yeah. But yeah, for Pragmata, unfortunately I'm probably not able to play it quite yet, just because I'm a bit outdated in my consoles. So yeah. I can't say too much about it.
yeah. As well, like, specs-wise, I need to see more, but, um, if it's gonna be like this with, like, other Capcom releases, like Dragon's Dogma 2, and it hurts me to say it, Monster Hunter Wilds, I'll probably just get on console just like I did with Wilds. So, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. It's definitely going to be day one for me personally because, like, the Bioshock vibe, I dig the aesthetics, it looks pretty neat. And I just loved how, as well, like, how cheeky they were with, like, it's happening, guys, at the end.
Yeah, I know it's something you've been waiting for.
I mean, kind of. Well, I wasn't really that excited just because we didn't really know what the heck it was besides like, oh, it's a robot and a girl. It's like now I see the gameplay. I'm actually really excited for it.
Okay.
But next game, of course, to talk about. You were hoping for a standard hack and slash, and we got that because.
Yeah.
And another
So
game that's like that was just like a trip of acid.
yeah, Romeo is a dead man. Yeah, it's like it seemed kind of interesting. This one I'm on the fence for. Like, I kind of want to get it because I do like my hack and slashes, but at the same time, I kind of don't, just because it's like, do I like this? And the answer to that is, I don't know. Like, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it, but I could see myself actually getting this game just because it's definitely different from a lot of other things that we've been seeing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I can understand it since it is a Suda 51 game, which I haven't played, but it has that studio has its fans. So, as someone like me who's a big fan of like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Darksiders, the whole shebang, I'll probably check it out at some point.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that animation that we saw in the beginning was like the whole game, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but we got a neat animation at least.
Yeah, we definitely did. So I will say during like all these showcases, they became more, well, I'll say some of them became more creative with their previews and intros and everything like that.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But
Others were like standard trailers, so it's kind of
yeah.
like okay, fine, whatever.
But then we talk about the next game, which probably my favorite game from aside from a few. A new fucking Blood. We're finally seeing the sequel or some game in the series of Bloodstained, and I love my Metroidvanias. I absolutely loved Ritual Night, which I know for some like they didn't really like it that much. Not Symphony of the Night, but I still loved it. So, and just like it looks like they definitely had a bigger budget, which I was kind of surprised considering I've heard the creator of Bloodstained, he's fighting cancer at the moment. So, you know me, day one purchase for this.
I actually did not know that. Well, at least you have at least purchasing it will be a good cause.
Yeah, which often reminds me, I still need to play Curse of the Moon 2. That's still on my Steam backlog.
But yeah, Bloodstained is not a series I've been exposed to, but let me know in the comments. Should I try it out?
I mean, you've played Gato Roboto, so you have no excuse, my friend. Plus, it has horror in it.
Mm.
I mean, you're familiar with Castlevania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes like Bloodstained, Castlevania, but indie.
Uh,
But of course, talk about things I'm excited for. Digimon Story Time Stranger, which we got the release date. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
yeah, for some reason, everything is coming out in October, or was it September?
It's like either September or October.
Yeah, it's one of them. But it's like, but yeah, it seems like every game, including some others, game from another series, which I will not name right now, everything's coming out September, October. And it seems like that was a pattern with all of these showcases where everything was, oh yeah, release in October. We'll release in October. Oh, by the way, release in October. And I know, I remember Draco was asking me like, why would they do that? I said, because the Christmas season for retailers starts in October. So it makes sense, but at the same time, it seems like everything's in competition with one another. So I don't know. I feel like there's a great potential for sales to be cannibalized.
Yeah, especially like when it came to like releases early this year, it's like publishers, developers, give us gamers some air to breathe. Now all
It's
of
like,
us can
nope.
play all of these purchases in one going.
It's like, nope, you got to play everything in October. You have to play them all at the same time because it's a completely irrational thing to do.
Yeah, although there's probably some releases I'm not gonna play in October since, spooky month.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I can understand like there's a bunch of horror or something that's released during that time, but I don't know.
Oh well.
But it is good to see that Digimon is getting a revamping, or let's see if it's a renaissance essentially.
I hope so. I mean, the price itself is a bit concerning, but I really hope it pulls through because Digimon needs a W. Especially after Survive getting delayed after delay after delay, and poor sales reflect that development hell.
Yeah. Well, how was the development for this one?
I can't imagine it was that long. I mean, given like the marketing, um, given like we literally got word of it earlier this year at the first state of play of the year, and now we're finally getting the release date. It's like they got plenty of time, I would say, for like the marketing still,
Okay.
because I do kind of fear, at least with like, I mean, not so much that series I despise with a burning passion, because Digimon Story, Time Stranger is coming. Like, it's a multi-plat title. It's not exclusive, which I noticed it's not coming to any Nintendo platform yet. Odd
Interesting.
enough. Oh well. Maybe they didn't get a Switch 2 development kit yet. Oh well. But I hope it does well, considering like you also have, well, your Canadian friend did bring up like a good point that Ghost Yote is coming out like in the same month, so the PlayStation fans are probably gonna go towards that first.
Yeah, especially if it's in a different console. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of interesting because it's like you kind of ask yourself which audience would gravitate towards Digimon. It's like would it be the ones that would play Pokemon? It's like maybe, but at the same time, it's like maybe non-Nintendo people, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough to tell.
Mm-hmm. I imagine as well, like the crowd that would gravitate towards it would be like the Megaton crowd, like SMT and Persona, since the Digimon story games have a bit of a Persona Megaton vibe to it. So,
Yeah, so well, I guess we'll have to see. It's kind of hard to predict.
and the next thing when we talk about RPGs, we finally got the Final Fantasy Tactics remake announced.
All right.
Yay! Cool. Another thing from the Nvidia leak.
Uh,
This will be a game I'll probably just wait on that goes on a sale since like I've never been that much of a Final Fantasy guy, but have heard some good things about this game where it's like, okay, I'll actually check this out.
yeah, it does remind me of a bit of Grandia, which I've been kind of exposed to. Where it's just it's from the same era essentially because they were just like, oh, originally from 1997. I'm like, oh yeah, this definitely looks like what I've seen before.
Yeah, like that or Disgaea, Fire Emblem. Hopefully without the romancing or dating sim aspect. But with more weird stuff, baby steps.
I'm just gonna say two words: meme worthy,
Yes.
and that's all I have to say on it. Really, I'm not that interested to be honest.
I'm not a hater, but I do have the demo download, so it's like I kind of want to check it out just for me, like, okay, how annoying is this gonna actually be?
Like I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on the game. I'm not hating on the developers by any stretch of the imagination, but I just can't. Not for this game.
That's fair. Maybe one day we can get you to get over it, if you catch my drift.
You know, I've actually never done that for myself.
Maybe one day you will, and we can watch you suffer in agony.
I've seen other people do it, including some friends that I have, but I haven't done it for myself.
Oh wait, you actually did that?
Oh well, not beat it, but play it.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone beat it. No, I mean I could probably look up a YouTube video of doing that, but from the people that I know, no, I've never seen people beat it.
Those are always just the fun streams to watch. Just watch them suffer.
So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if this is kind of essentially the same thing.
Probably. Because, I mean, it looks like it'd be from the same developer. Correct us if we're wrong in the chat. We'll make sure to leave a text
No,
if.
I'm pretty sure it is the same developer because I remember it being said by somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up. But yeah, it's just yeah. That's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, same for me. Now, a game that I actually got to try out this week, that was
Mhm.
at the State of Play, because they put out a lovely demo on Steam, Hirogami from Bandai Namco Singapore.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's just like a nice 3D platformer. Not it's it's the kind of game where it doesn't seem like you have to think very much, and that's personally what I like, especially on a time where I want to unwind or something and just sit and play something. It's like that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more of a chill game than like what I was kind of expecting, but hey, not a bad thing. And plus, $40, so.
It's hard to beat that these days.
But I did like the origami mechanics. They're pretty fun for what they have to offer. I kind of wish the demo had more than just like one level. That was the disappointing part. I thought it'd be more, okay, at least like one level, one boss, but it seems like a pretty solid game for what it has to offer. And plus,
So,
more platformers that are actually good. Which goes into our next game. One of the other games I tried out because Steam Next Fest. The new 2D Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, from the devs behind the Blasphemous games. And I kind of, I was like somewhat interested, but I need it. It's that good. Like the pixel art's really nice. The combat's really fun. They made it interesting with the second character you can play as for like little puzzle bits. And you know me, I'm not much of a puzzle guy, so they're doing something right. I don't know, never asked. Well, did you ever play Ninja Gaiden?
I've never know.
Well, if you ever get the chance, play the demo.
So many things to catch up on.
I think there's co-op. Correct me if I'm wrong. So enticing you because you like multiplayer.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. But the other game that was also showed, Cairn, if I pronounce that correctly, which I don't know, not really my thing, but I can appreciate something that's a little bit more different.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna have some sort of niche audience. I can see it being moderately successful.
Yeah. I mean, no, they put out a demo for PSN, so it's like, if you're curious about the game, definitely go check it out. It's like, there's a demo. It's like, it's a nice thing when developers actually put out demos for a change. So, like, if you're on the fence of a game, there you go.
Yeah, that does seem to be a recent trend, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the PS4 generation, you rarely had a demo. Or if you did have a demo, you had to go out and play it at, like, a demo kiosk, like in the ye old days.
Well, then it's actually good that there's basically a resurgence of demos because it's like there's no reason not to have it. It's like I can understand where you don't want people to play your game for 15 minutes and that's it. But I mean, you're gonna generate more sales than not if you actually put out a demo.
Or in the case of like some big like multiplayer game where it's like on PC, people are just gonna like go for the files and try to leak shit.
So it's like it's better just to put out a demo to make things easy for everybody.
Yeah, I would say so. It's like at least that way you can get a good impression if it's a game that's worth getting. Or if you play a demo, then you can cancel a pre-order like I did with Balan. Uh, I regret pre-ordering that game and I got my money back and got Little Nightmares 2 instead.
Yeah, you got your money back. I did not. I did get that game on sale though.
Hey, we warned you.
I everybody did warn me. I was curious though. But everyone also wanted to see me play it, so it happened.
Yep. But you could have waited until it was a lower price. But, we talked about things, well, this next game, because, like, we also kind of predicted this, at least with, like, what was it? Atari. I had to think for a sec.
Yeah.
An old game collection, which I can't believe this actually took this long for them to put out a collection of the Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, honestly, because it's one of the most popular fighters up there.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? But, I mean, either way, I'm getting it. I freaking love Mortal Kombat. Well,
Yeah, I know you are.
I was about to say, well, before Warner Bros. Decided to just make it go bad, it went wrong.
but, but that's what this collection is, so you get to relive your nostalgia.
Hell yeah, I get to just die after. I just get to die on the second fight. That's how it's gonna go. Because I like them like old Mortal Kombat games, but god, they are brutal. But hey, I'm a masochist, so I'm all for it. Now, the next game they did show off, which I mean, neither of us really care about it, to be completely honest with you people. But I thought, cool. They have a Ape Escape is featured in the remake of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Yeah, so it's like I guess we'll see if there's extra content. Well, I shouldn't say we because neither of us, but all of you can see for us.
Yeah, they even said like they announced like something called Fox Hunt mode, which I'm not sure what that is, but more content. And okay, the thing I actually gave a shit about next,
Yeah,
and it's like a pattern throughout the event too. If you've noticed, like with State of Play, Summer Game Fest, and even the Xbox Showcase to an extent, Souls likes. Neo 3 was revealed, and I wasn't sure if Teen Ninja was gonna go back to Neo because it seemed like they were just doing different games in the same genre, but under like different names. So I played a little bit of Neo recently. Uh, it's definitely different than I was expecting in terms of a Souls like. It's a lot faster. Of course, like different stances where like I know some people are comparing Black Myth Wukong to Neo, and I can actually see why people compare it to that because God, this game is so good. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Neo 3 has to offer in terms of the Souls-like genre, especially like after Elden Ring pulled in a lot of people, and of course you got Liza P. Even though you know how I feel about that game now.
yeah, we've already got over this.
Yeah, but Soul genre started to get some more attention. I think Neo is another perfect candidate for like another Souls game people should keep an eye on. Of course, for PS5 owners, you have a demo, so if you're curious about it, go check it out.
All
It
right.
so a game that confused both of us, and we're still trying to understand like, okay, it's a multiplayer game, but okay, what do you actually do? What is the multiplayer aspect of this? Tides of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to look it up because I keep mixing up those three. So the three we're talking about all have to do with water, and I'm mixing them up. Okay, so yeah, okay, so it's this one, Tides of Tomorrow. Yeah, it seems like an RPG kind of thing, but I don't know. I was very confused of what you have to do.
I wouldn't say it's an RPG. I would say it's more like a first-person adventure game, kind of like something like Far Cry, but no guns.
Oh, okay, that's kind of what I mean. I didn't mean RPG, but yeah, that's kind of what I meant. But yeah, it's kind of confusing what you have to do. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not sold on it, but I'm not dissuaded from it either. It's just I need more info. I think that's kind of the only thing I have about this game.
Yeah, pretty much my same thoughts, but I think it's cool to see developers try something different than multiplayer realm. That's like we talked about in the prediction vid. It's like people are starting to finally make multiplayer games. They're not just around shooters for a change.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of creativity there, and that's something I can definitely appreciate. So I'll be on the lookout and see this game a bit further. I'm not fully sure if it's going to be my thing or going to be my type of game, but I'm not totally against the idea, so I'll be on the lookout.
And when you say not your thing, which you know the next game I was actually excited for, then
Until
reading.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So, Sea of Remnants, another one having to do with the sea. So this one seems to be was a turn-based RPG, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
At least from the appearance of it. And it actually had a pretty cool art style, and it was something that I can kind of be like, all right, cool, I can get behind this game. But then, yeah, I found a couple of things out. Number one, apparently it's going to be free to play, which is red flag number one.
Number two, in-app purchases.
And number three, NetEase.
I mean, I thought like the third one was like, oh, it's gonna be on mobile as well.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I guess there's four red flags, but yeah. But NetEase does not help the situation.
Yeah, which like that trailer did such a poor job at telling like, oh, it's a JRPG. Oh, not JRPG, a turn-based RPG, because it's kind of hard to tell. Like,
Yeah, we
okay,
had to look it up. Yeah.
yeah, I had to look at the Steam page and just like see what the heck this game is, because it's like, and it hurts
And
me
you,
the most because it's like I was hoping this would be like an alternative to Sea of Thieves that's remotely interesting.
okay, 2026. Okay, so no, I was just trying to think, like, how come the preview didn't really tell us much? I'm like, maybe it's because it's still early.
Perhaps. Well, at least
But
we also know
yeah.
when it's coming out.
So yeah, like, I'm not, I won't say I'm not sold, but I will say that there's a lot of things going against it. It's like I like the concept, I like the art style, but there's just a couple things I don't fully trust. But I'll just leave it at
Yeah.
that.
I mean, at the very least, if it is free to play, so we could check it out when it launches and see like, okay, is this our thing or is it as much as a red flag as we think it is?
Yeah, just because it's free to play and mobile, I have my own thoughts, which could be a whole separate video on its own. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm very cautious.
And you saying like we had like three games that were in the same theme. We're gonna talk about the third one.
Sword of the Sea, which this one I wishlisted. This one I'm very excited about because this one's kind of like, oh, you're on a skateboard type of thing, but it's kind of an adventure. So this is something I could definitely get behind. So yeah, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's good as the Path was because I really like that game. It's from the same developer. If I remember, I think they showed us off at a previous state of play years ago too, and I just kind of like got bored of the event right after they showed the Metal Gear Solid remake.
But yeah, it looks like they're the developer, but they are also their own publishers, so they're not answering to anybody. So yeah, well, this is a full-fledged indie right here that we're looking at.
Yeah,
So yeah,
with
what are your thoughts?
definitely cool looking game. Which I definitely still say I really like the state of plays recently because they're I don't know who's in charge of these, but whoever is editing this, whoever is picking the games, you're just doing a good job. I'm gonna give you the applause right there because for once I can actually watch these and actually enjoy it. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be stuff I don't really care about, but
That's fine.
you know,
Yeah, it's fine if not everything appeals to one person. It's perfectly okay.
it's games that don't appeal to us. The new 007 game.
Yay. Yeah, it's like I understand there's a lot of people that like GoldenEye and those kinds of games. I'm not one of them,
Mhm.
but uh yeah, I guess it's exciting that there's another James Bond game that has a pretty decent budget.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like the new Indiana Jones game, like him like the visuals. And plus, it's made by the developers behind the Hitman game, so I'm sure it's definitely going to be a solid game. Although I can't imagine it's going to be as fun as the Hitman games, because I always love watching like some friends play those games where it's like you do the most random assassinations. But now we talk about a classic PlayStation IP that's coming back from Bandai Namco.
Which, yeah, everybody's golf hot shots. Which I was personally surprised because I heard like the one that everybody's golf that was released on the PS4 was going to be the last of the series, and they weren't going to really do much with it. So this was a pleasant surprise that they were coming out with this, and I was also excited to see that Pac-Man was a guest character. So yeah, Pac-Man Worlds was not anything, it did not appear, but hey, at least we got to see Pac-Man somewhere.
Hell yeah, that's the spirit. I wonder who else they're gonna put as like guest characters in that game.
That is what I'm excited about because I think that's what kind of disappointed me about everybody's golf. Granted, I haven't gotten that far in the game, but it seems like they've kind of gone back to the roots of just being a simple golf game, which the most current one is. But you pretty much have to play a bunch of tournaments and then face like an opponent. When like in the original ones, you pretty much just face opponents. So it's kind of like, but I am excited for the guest characters. That's what I'm most excited about, and I'm happy that they brought that concept back.
Indeed. And $40, which
Yep,
seems to be a nice
and
trend lately.
multi-plat, a
Oh,
multi-plat.
yeah, that's nice. I can't wait to see as well for like the modding scene for that game. If there is gonna be.
This is gonna be what?
If there's gonna be a modding team for the game since it's coming to
Ah, money too.
PC.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that is a fair point.
Oh, because like in previous like Hotshots golf game, like the one we played, there was like Sir Daniel Fortescue,
Gex.
Gex, most random thing in existence.
And
um,
then a butchered version of Sweet Tooth, but not in a good way.
I can never forgive them for that, Gizmo. I can never forgive them for that. And I'm not even a Twisted Metal fan, and that just hurted me just looking at him. Which, fine enough, Twisted Metal was one of your predictions, and it was there to an extent.
It was one of the classics, or one of the what was the name of it?
Twisted Metal Free and Four. It's part of the classic catalog.
That's classic catalog. That's the word I was looking for.
I heard Free and Four are not like the fan favorites of the series, but it's like, cool still. They're actually putting in like more games from certain franchises into the classic catalog, just giving more value for your buck.
Yeah, because I remember it was said by Herman Holtz that they were going to focus on their other IPs, and it seems like they're actually sort of doing that. So it looks like it's a step in the right direction.
I hope so, because I read an article from him today, and I'm just I can't
Another
but laugh
topic.
at
Another
him.
topic.
I know, but which also reminds me, like we talked about in the prediction video, it's like Astro Bot would be more likely to appear than Marathon. That was reality.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, who actually gives a fuck about Marathon?
Uh,
But we got new levels coming to Astro Bot in the update. That's cool to see they're still supporting the game. PC port would have been nice. I feel like that's gonna be a game they're not gonna bring to PC because they just want people to get the PS5.
I mean, probably.
It hurts, but that's okay. There's no reason to get a PS5 anyway. I just say as somebody who just didn't see Soros at the state of play, okay? I'm just coping. But
I should
a
go to
game
the next
that
one.
oh yeah, because like at least something else I was interested in, Silent Hill F. Which we kind of predicted like, for Summer Game Fest was like we would see something Silent Hill. but not the Silent Hill we were thinking of.
No, this one is actually a different developer. So yeah. So Silent Hill did come, but it wasn't 100% accurate of what I said.
Yeah, but man, I'm still excited for Silent Hill F. I can't wait to play for Spookathon. I love that they're continuing with the Silent Hill 2 remake combat because that combat is just so much fun. So I'm glad to see they're going with that direction. And I know some people have been bitching. I'm looking at you, Silent Hill fans, because you whiny bitches can never be satisfied with anything. Just like the freaking Dino Crisis and Resident Evil fandoms. Okay, sorry if I got off topic. but but people have been bitching about Silent Hill F not taking place in America, but in Japan. It's like I know from the trailer, it still looks like Silent Hill. It looks creepy as fuck.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like you'll never make 100% people happy, but no, it's I've noticed it's been a trend lately to make a lot of games in Japan. I've seen it happen with a lot of indie games and starting to bleed into AAA games as well, of like making the main setting in Japan. And yeah, so this is kind of exciting, I guess.
Yeah, especially someone like you that's not much of a horror person, but you like some horror.
Well, I've seen some gameplays of basically like Chilla's art, where I think those became really popular. So because like, and one of the draws of those games is that it fully takes place in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Like they're very much Japanese themed.
But yeah, I
So,
already had that game pre-ordered, so I'm looking forward to when that game comes. And I wish I could play it, but it's like that game is just spoopathon material for me.
so follow Dreadclaw and you'll get to see him play it.
Yeah, don't forget to follow and subscribe.
Yeah.
But so I mean, there was like one thing that showed off, but neither of us care about it. So the final thing that blew people away, the new Marvel fighting game. Let's talk about that, cause man, I'm not much of a Marvel guy nowadays, especially MCU stuff. They always have to shove down our throats. Um, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls being made by Arc System Works. I never thought we would see like Arc System Works work on a Marvel game. Like they've worked on Dragon Ball, of course, Guilty Gear Strive, one of my favorite fighting game franchises. Um, and of course, they've also done work with Persona as well, which I think I told you, right? I thought Persona originated as a fighting game. That's like that was my exposure to to the series was the Persona 4 fighting game, and my god, this Marvel game just blows MVC Infinite out of the water. It looks so good. I dig the theme they're going for because it also is a very Japanese looking game. Like they look so different from like the type of Marvel you would expect. Like Spider-Man, um, Iron Man looks like something out of Gundam, even Ghost Rider. Star-Lord also looks really neat. So and it's also coming not just to PS5, it's also coming to PC same day. So it looks like Sony's trying to keep the consistency of like their multiplayer based games, day and date with console and PC, not their single player experiences.
Yeah, I'll say two things about this game. One of the first things that I want to say is that I can appreciate that the art style, exactly what you're saying, is kind of drawing more inspiration from the comics rather than MCU. So that is one thing that I can appreciate as someone who cannot stand anything having to do with the MCU. That's pretty widely known in my own community. So, yeah. So that's why. So I do like the art design, and I can appreciate that. But also, I think the second thing that I'll say about this is that I think this has the potential to draw a wide appeal, even going beyond the fighting game community. Like I can see some people entering this game and that like kind of casually play fighting games, but not that much, and which is kind of a good thing, just because For any type of fighting game, I feel like it's currently where it stands. It's a very niche crowd that kind of keeps a game alive. But I think this has the potential to kind of bring more people.
Oh, absolutely, especially as well this being like, as far as I'm aware, this being the first tag team fighting game that is 4v4. So I'm expecting chaos. But as
Yeah, it's
well, I look forward to playing with Colin Lack because he's more likely going to get the game.
oh yeah, he probably is. Yeah.
I just hope Sony, PlayStation, I swear, if you make this $80, people are going to riot.
I highly doubt it's gonna be $80.
I mean, I didn't think like a certain game was going to be $80, but hey, it's 80.
I guess we'll find out how much it is.
Yeah, but I'm definitely sold on it, and I I prayed that MCU stuff is not going to be in it because that's one of the few reasons that made me not like Marvel Rivals. As soon as I saw the MCU skins, I'm like, nope, I'm done. It's like I don't hate the MCU. I've watched a few of them. They're just not my thing. I'd rather just watch old Marvel.